Hey lovelies, who's up for a read? What is it that you need to know today, please? Spirit, what is it that our beautiful viewers and audience need to know today? Ace of Wands, Five of Cups, Eight of Wands. Right, let's start with these three because I tend to talk a lot through these videos and find myself rushing towards the end. Right, Ace of Wands. Okay, so many of you have got a new beginning that's coming in for you. That's what the aces are all about in the tarot card deck. Okay, the Wands is all about action. So this new beginning that you've got is along the lines of something to do with a passion that you've kickstarted. Yeah, it's a passion project that you've been very enthusiastic about, obviously, because things are kicking off. There's a lot of action and excitement happening around it, I'm getting. It feels like for some of you there's been a real urgency to push this through, like wanting to really kickstart it on this side of the year before we wrap up the end of the year and go into a new year. Okay, for many of you it's a time where there's a lot of growth that's involved. You've really challenged yourself and put yourself out there and outside of your comfort zones. I'm getting here that many of you are talented in this space as well. You're really inspiring other people, and this came out the other night too, but on a different card. You're inspiring people, so I'm seeing here that you're very inspirational. It is the card of inspiration as well. So you're inspirational, but also the feedback and your response that you're getting back from putting your magic out there is inspiring you and driving you forward with force and with just with so much oomph and power behind it. Oomph is the best word I can come up with, but you know what I mean? Like you're just very driven on this particular thing. Five of Cups, look, I'm getting here also that along the way you may have had some trip-ups and some fallovers, okay, and experience a little bit of disappointment and unexpected. But that always comes with when you kick something off anyway. Like if you are starting a new job and it's not all that it's cracked out to be, or you anticipated, you know, a certain number of things and they sort of haven't sort of come off, but it's okay. You sort of managed to deal with it. In terms of if you started a side hustle or a business of some sort, there may have been some unexpected misfortune along the way where you've lost a bit of money that you've invested. You know, other things may have been shed along the way as well. I feel like some of you are lamenting over the loss of things that have happened from these new beginnings. You know, some of you have, again, this has come up in our last few reads, some of you have may have lost a loved one on a whole different, on many different levels. You may have stepped out of a relationship, you may have lost friends along the way, you may be just leaving something behind, and you know there's a bit of a grieving period that you're sort of going through or have gone through as part of this disappointment, okay, and what you've had to sort of step away from. For some of you, I'm getting that there's a bit of regret, and you may have found yourself sort of going around in your head a little bit around the negative side of it and getting caught up in the negative emotions of it all, of what you've stepped away from in order for you to be in this energy here of the new beginning and kickstarting this thing off here. Okay, but don't worry, that's not for it's not for the long term. It's just, it's part of that shedding process and kind of what happens when you are starting something new. Okay, it's all about the creating of space and opening up new opportunities for yourself, and for you to do that, you've got to create space and let go of a few things. Okay, whatever it is, you've got other things going on, and actually I'm going to get some clarification because you've got the Eight of Wands, which means that there is something else that's going to come in with speed and with haste here. So can I get clarity on that Eight of Wands, please? What's that Eight of Wands about, please? Is that Eight of Wands? What's that Eight of Wands? What's that Eight of Wands about? We've got the Hierophant, we've got the Four of Swords, we've got the Nine of Pentacles, and we've got the Judgment card. Okay, so the Eight of Wands. Alright, so many of you are going towards something like you're stepping onto this path where you're about to learn and ascend into the higher version of yourself in order to educate others and like in line with this. So in line with you inspiring others, many of you are on this path to educate and attain as much wisdom as possible for this new path and this new journey that you're on. Okay, so you are definitely on the right path, because this path and this journey that you're on, if it's not a spiritual journey in some way, then it is definitely an integrity-based decision that you're making for this next part of your journey, or something that is serving for the higher good. Okay, so that's what this here is all about. So that's you in this energy about serving for the greater good of the collective. Okay, now it just, what I'm getting here as well is that whilst you're stepping into this higher version of yourself in order to serve the greater good, that you also need to be looking around at those that can help you achieve this as well. In order to achieve your mission, you need to start collaborating with people who are vibrating on the same level as you and at the same frequency to really catapult you forward, and perhaps form some alliances and partnerships, because whoever you lean into that's on the same level as you, you're all going to elevate each other and you're going to do it together. So that's what this card is. Four of Swords. This here is just reminding you to, because you've got all this stuff going on here, like the new beginnings, it's going to start coming in and coming in with speed and with haste. Yeah, it's really taking a life form of its own and is about to really skyrocket and take off. And so what this card here is that you need to remember to take a breath. I'm taking a breath now as I say that. Take a breath and just really ensure here that you don't get mentally overloaded and therefore overwhelmed because it's too much. So it's just reminding you here, take a breath, take a rest when needed, make sure you take some time out. Great time at the moment because Christmas is, 8 days away, 8 or 9 days away. Great time to really relax and enjoy this period before things really kick off. Okay, so just about finding your inner peace. You're going to be juggling a number of decisions, so hence why this inner peace and taking a rest and taking a breath is really important, because you're going to be juggling a number of things going on and making some pretty important decisions here to do with your abundance and making money. Right, then the Judgment card, we're going to finish with this one. So the Judgment card is all about the path that you take based on the decisions that you make. It all sort of, not to add pressure, but it's all lying in your hands. The ball is in your court here. The new life, the new job, the new love. So, make sure you're thinking things through carefully, making the right decisions. Judgment.